In a time in which it seems impossible to separate the artist from their art, unifying them seems to be the only alternative. Chapter 5: Dignity and Display. The Creation, the Creator. In this chapter, I reference the act of creation and the act of being created. This painting invites us to question the influence of the artist as a creator in relationship to that of the model as inspiration. When the model and the artist, the creation and the creator, are one and the same, the portrait acquires a complexity particular to itself. The portrait of the creation is a reference to the painting The Creation of Adam by Michelangelo for the pose it holds. There is also a reference to Comedian, a contemporary art piece in which Mauricio Catalan taped a banana to a wall. We have the contrast of one of the most popular Renaissance paintings against a piece of conceptual art that ridicules the art market, raising awareness of what it is we value in the subjectivity of art. The portrait of the creation stares directly at the viewer, showing him self-conscious of the fact that he is being observed, with his big toe in proximity to the creators. The creator appears immersed in the act of painting, as if the viewer wasn't there. However, the accentuated pose shows an artificiality that makes it evident that the creator is aware of his context. A bitten apple appears in the lower left corner, and it represents the creation of Adam in the context of sin. On the right corner appears a cell phone, of which the brand makes reference to the same fruit. It's a contrast between tradition and modernity, as it is a contrast between classical art and contemporary art. The format of this painting is based on other compositions I've made that show a reinterpretation of the narrative of the creation of Adam and Eve. So I not only take inspiration from known works of art, but also my own original paintings. Instead of the tree, there is an easel, from which an apple is growing. But in the easel, there is no canvas, because the canvas is the painting that we are looking at, transcending the reality of the context of the painting. There is a butterfly as a symbol of transformation next to the hand of the creation, while in the creator's side there is a caterpillar to create the connection that they both exist in relation to one another. I painted a brain and a heart that appear large and exposed, as a representation of ideas and feelings, which are very important for art and its meaning. I did this animation for my illustration class. It was my first time making an animated self-portrait, and it was intended to be promotional material for my exhibition project. I drew inspiration from Botticelli's Venus and from Michelangelo's David for the pose. I made this with the purpose of acknowledging my commitment to turn myself into a work of art. In the animation, a butterfly appears and turns into a 22 symbol. The 22 symbol is a representation of a heart too, and the concepts are reflection and symmetry. It was important for me that this illustration kept the textures that made it look like a drawing on paper, to be able to achieve the illusion of a moving drawing. For the portraits in this painting, I captured myself in the respective poses. I added the other elements digitally, and I modified the hair so that it looked more like the illustration that inspired this portrait. With the help of a grid, I transferred the drawing to the canvas and started with thin layers of oil paint. I did a base with the complementary colors of all the elements in the image, to give it more depth and make the colors pop. The purple in the borders intensifies the contrast of colors and makes them stand out more. In the background, we see mainly secondary colors: green in the grass, purple in the mountains, and orange in the sky. The primary colors are used to highlight key elements, such as the blue in the paint, the red in the apple and the heart, and the yellow in the easel. The yellow background from the previous painting is continued in this one to highlight the depth of the horizon line.